Hey guys, I thought I'd get on here and show you my everyday makeup routine. I did my eyebrows off camera and I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Soft Brown. I don't usually like to use this pencil. I usually go for my L'Oreal brow definer, but it broke, so today I'm kind of stuck using this pencil. I'm going to go ahead and prime my face using the Becca Ever Matte and Poreless primer, and I'm only going to put it in my problem area, so like on my cheeks and on my forehead, because if I put it all over my face, it's going to make my face really dry. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation, and I'm going to use the Nars Velvet Matte Skin Tint in Malaga, and I'm going to buff this in using a Real Techniques brush that I purchased in a set a few years ago. Now, I don't know the exact name of it, but it's pretty much like your standard buffing brush that you can find in almost any brand, and I'm going to make sure I buff my foundation in not only on my face, but go ahead and bring that down to my face so I have a nice and seamless base. Oops, I mean bring it down to my neck so I have a nice and seamless base. Now it's time to conceal. I like my under eyes really bright, so I use a concealer that's generally way too light for me, but that's okay, I like it. Here I'm using the MAC NC35 Prolongwear concealer, and I'm going to just put that under my eyes, and then I put a little bit on my chin, and then a little bit on my forehead. And I'm going to use my beauty blender to go ahead and buff everything out. Once I'm done buffing everything out, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Bakerie flour setting powder, and then I'm going to use a brush to kind of dust that over that concealer. The reason why I use a brush instead of using the beauty blender is because if I use the beauty blender, the powder tends to like cake under my eyes, and my under eyes are already really dry, and so that'll just make it even drier, and then it makes it pretty much unbearable for the rest of the day. Just blending that chin concealer out just a little bit more. Now I'm moving on to my eyes, and I went ahead and grabbed my Just Peachy Mattes palette by Too Faced, and I'm going to use the colors Peach Cobbler and Fresh Picked, and I'm just going to dust those in my crease, and then whatever's left I'm going to kind of dust that all over my lid, and that's it for eyeshadow. I'm no eyeshadow expert, but I love eyeshadow palettes, and this is pretty much all I can do. So this is what I roll with pretty much every single day. Well, not every single day, but the days that I decide I want to wear makeup. Now it's time to bronze, and this is like my favorite part of doing my makeup. Sometimes I bronze my face even when I don't want to put on a full face, just because I feel like it brings everything together. Here I'm using MAC Dark Deepest, and then I'm using this Real Techniques powder brush to just bronze everything up. I just kind of go around my face. I don't like to contour too much because my face ends up looking like Skeletor. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I'm just going to go ahead and make sure everything blends in, and I'm going to bring some of that bronzer down to my neck to make sure my face and my neck still match. Now I'm going to add some blush. I couldn't really decide what color blush I wanted to use. I usually like really orange color blushes like MAC Devil, but today I wanted something a little more pink. So I ended up going with MAC What I Fancy. Then after I applied it, I didn't really like it, so I went back in with the Beauty Bakerie Scoops Elysee palette. I think that's how you say that. And I put the color French Tart over the What I Fancy, and then I was satisfied, so then I could move on. Just quickly touching up my brows to make sure everything's still in place. Now it's time to highlight my face. I'm going to highlight the high points of my face using this Nars palette called Banque de Sable, Banque de Sable, something like that. And the specific color I'm using is Sale. I didn't take French in high school, so sorry for the mispronunciation. And then I'm going to set my face using my Urban Decay setting spray. I can't remember if I use the De-Slick or the All Nighter because I pretty much go back and forth between the two. Whichever one's closest to my hand when I need a setting spray is the one that I use that day. Then I'm going to go ahead and line my lips using the MAC Boldly Bare. And then after I'm done lining my lips, I'm going to apply the Fenty Gloss Bomb. I usually like to use this or some sort of clear gloss just because it's easy for me to keep up with on a daily basis. Here I'm going back in with that Just Peachy Mattes palette, and I'm using Peach Punch and Peach Cobbler, and I'm just going to dust those underneath my eyes. Now last but certainly not least, I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara. Here I'm using my Dior Show Blackout Mascara. As y'all can see, I tapped my face with my wand, not once, but now twice. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a Q-tip, a wet Q-tip, and kind of wipe that off. And then I'm gonna add some concealer on top of where like the gap formed, and then put some powder over that concealer. See, problem solved just like new. And that's it. Thanks for watching.